Hey guys, this is Bandit Guy 4. In the last part, I took on both Lorelei and Bruno of the Elite Four. In this part, I continue my Pokemon League challenge with Agatha. I am Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokedex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for battling. Red, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. This is Agatha, and technically she's a ghost-type trainer, but she is more likely to use poison. All of her Pokemon are at least part poison-type, and not all of them have a ghost-type. So, Mr. Mime, being fairly quick, partially due to the way I trained it, will be able to go faster than some of her Pokemon. However, moves like Double Team will get in my way. This first Gengar is level 54. It knows some moves: Confuse Ray, Shadow Punch, Double Team, and Toxic, so you must be very careful of those. It has the ability to Levitate like all Gengars, so don't try to use ground type moves to take advantage of its poison typing. But after dropping the special defense when Psychic was enough to take it out, she's next using a Golbat. It is level 54 with the moves Confuse Ray, Bite, Air Cutter, and Poison Fang. Do not try to make it flinch because it has the ability Inner Focus, which will prevent that. But, I was hoping one Psychic would be enough, but not quite. It's choosing to use Air Cutter, which has a heightened critical hit ratio. And it's a flying type move. I will use Psychic again, though it wasn't entirely necessary for me to do so, and Golbat will go down. She's now going to use her Arbok. It is level 56 with the moves Bite, Sludge Bomb, Screech, and Iron Tail. Has the ability Intimidate, as you can see, cutting a Pokemon's attack, but since I am not going to be using physical attacks against it, that is not an issue. Once again, I will use Psychic, and hopefully that's enough to take it out. I left it with a fair bit of HP, but a special defense was dropped. He's going to use Sludge Bomb, which will do a fair bit of damage. It was actually enough to take Mr. Mime out. So I'm going to send in now, I believe, I'll send in Blue, I guess. I'll be honest, I wasn't really prepared for Mr. Mime fainting at any point. That will take care of that. She's now sending in her strongest Pokemon, her level 58 Gengar. It also has the ability Levitate, of course. And it has the moves Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Hypnosis, as you see right there, and Nightmare. It has a Health Citrus Berry to heal 30 HP. Its main strategy is going to be to try to put you to sleep, and then use Nightmare to get damage on you while you're asleep. So, you don't want to wait for the sleep to heal off. You want to heal it immediately, which you can do easily with the Poke Flute. However, it decided to use Sludge Bomb this time, which is truly unfortunate for me, and it was a critical hit, and managed to poison me, so that's going to take Blue out in one shot. I certainly wasn't prepared for that at all. I think I will send in Jupiter now. And while Bite is super effective, I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt for the stab damage, and with any luck, a Paralysis. This is where the battles start to get truly difficult. Agatha is not an easy trainer to beat. And I do have my doubts as to whether my levels are high enough to defeat her. I'm actually much more confident about the trainer after her. So here comes another Sludge Bomb, and I can hope here. Yes, I will actually use Bite this time, just to get an idea of how much damage. Oh, nope, she moved faster. So that Sludge Bomb is going to take me out. And I'll use Shiva now. And I'm just going to go for Ice Beam. Can possibly, very slight possibility of freezing, and it has the same power as Surf, so I'll just go for the Ice Beam. And that was not enough to take it out. Not even close. He gets 30 health back, and here comes the Hypnosis, putting me to sleep again. I'm surprised she hasn't tried to use Nightmare yet. I wouldn't expect her to predict me to always wake up with a Poke Flute every time she puts me to sleep, but maybe she can. Ah, there it is, Nightmare. Which, of course, if you are awake, will fail. Now she's going to use Sludge Bomb. And thankfully it did not poison me. And I was fortunate enough to get a critical hit, which will take out Gengar. And that will bring us to our last Pokemon. She's using a Hunter now, level 53, with the moves Mean Look, Curse, Hypnosis, and Dream Eater. We'll use Mean Look to trap you, Curse to cut its HP in half and deal damage to you every turn, like that, and Dream Eater can only be used if you're asleep. So as long as you keep yourself awake, it has no way to directly deal damage to you. It will only be able to deal damage through Curse. But its special defense is very low. So is its physical defense anyway. Just hit it with something powerful and you'll be able to take it out, no problem. You win. I see what the old Duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child. And that's going to require quite a bit of items to undo the damage she did to me. By the way, I want to stress that I'm not making light of the next battle when I say I'm not as worried about it. I just feel like my team counters it better. I have one Hyper Potion left. But I bought a bunch of Max Potions. I should have gone back and bought more Lemonades, actually. That would have been the best move. Is there anyone that I can heal with 50 only? That'll do Shiva most of the way. Actually, that'll do Shiva all the way. So I'm happy I picked that up. And Mr. Mime, I may or may not use. Jupiter is actually going to lead for the next battle. So it should definitely be healed up all the way. So put Jupiter out front, and let's go. The second to last trainer. So you go along a long path here, with many statues, and some fangs on the other side. Ah, I've heard about you, Red. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance, the Dragon Trainer. You know that dragons are mythical Pokemon. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior. They're virtually indestructible. There's no being clever with them. Well, are you ready to lose? Your league challenge ends with me, Red. So this is Lance, the Dragon Master. Of course, there was only one Dragon-type Pokemon, or one Dragon-type family in the original generation. Though, as I have mentioned before, Gyarados was intended to be a Dragon-type Pokemon. It is level 56 with the moves Bite, Dragon Rage, Twister, and Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is a common move among all of his Pokemon, and it is that of which you'll want to be most careful. However, Gyarados is 4 times weak to an Electric-type move, so I am more than confident. Yes, Jupiter did take it out in one shot. And Jupiter will go to level 48 from that, which is good, because I'll want it a bit more in this battle, I imagine. The next Pokemon he's going to use is a Dragonair. Now this can be one of 2 Dragonairs. They are both level 54 with a Shed Skin ability. One has Safeguard, Outrage, Dragon Rage, and Hyper Beam, which I imagine this one is. The only difference between the two is one will have Dragon Rage while the other has Thunder Wave. I can't determine from the Safeguard which one this is. But dragons are weak to Ice-type moves, so I will use Ice Beam, of course. And it's not quite enough to take it out in one shot, but it was enough to force him to use a full Restore, which with any luck that means he won't use quite as many in the rest of the battle. But since he does have Safeguard, I can't get a lucky freeze from any of my Ice Beams. and they both know Outrage. Outrage is an incredibly powerful Dragon-type move, but fortunately Shiva has a great deal of defense and HP, so was able to take that incredibly well, honestly. And Shiva grew to level 47. Now he's going to use Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl is ridiculously fast. I don't think any of my Pokemon will outspeed it, but I think of all of them, Jupiter has the best chance. It is level 58 with the moves Wing Attack, Ancient Power, Scary Face, and Hyper Beam. Another reason to use Jupiter is that one of its moves is not very effective. Ancient Power only has 5 uses. It is a Rock-type move, and has the possibility of raising all of the Pokemon's stats by one stage. That means attack, defense, special defense, and speed can all go up with Ancient Power being used. And I am so fortunate Hyper Beam missed. So I was actually able to take out Aerodactyl with Jupiter. I was thinking I was going to actually have to use 2 Pokemon. Its ability is Pressure, which makes you use 2 PP instead of 1 for each time you use a move. So be careful with running out of PP for your moves while facing Aerodactyl. This is his other Dragonair, and like I said, the only difference is Dragon Rage and Thunder Wave, so I honestly don't know which one this is. But I'd rather not. This is the one with Thunder Wave. Okay, so the first one had Dragon Rage. And I'm now paralyzed, which is a very, very bad thing. That is the absolute last thing I wanted to happen before fighting his last Pokemon. I'm still confident I can take out Dragonair with Lapras, but I'm going to have to heal off that paralysis if I want to beat his last Pokemon. Because I honestly believe Lapras is the only one that has a good chance. I got a lucky critical hit there. It was probably necessary, even though I got a level up. I don't think I would have been able to take it out. So his last Pokemon is Dragonite, the fully evolved form of Dratini. It is a Dragon Flying type, which means it actually has a 4 times weakness to Ice, actually. Its ability is Inner Focus, so once again you cannot make it flinch. Its moves are Safeguard, like his Dragonair's, Outrage, Wing Attack, and Hyper Beam. An Outrage coming from a Dragonite is incredibly likely to take out any Pokemon, and I'm actually not going to send out Lapras until his Outrage has run out. Outrage will last for either 2 or 3 turns, and at the end of it, Dragonite will be confused. So, even if my other Pokemon can't deal a lot of damage to him, I'm going to regretfully have them take the Outrage instead of Lapras. I mean, it's quite possible that Lapras will get hit by Outrage anyway, but I'd rather have this Dragonite confused while doing so. So that was 3 turns, so he is now confused, and I will send out Shiva. And here goes Ice Beam again. Let's see if I get lucky. Nope, he got through the first turn. But I think Lapras can take a couple Outrages actually. So Shiva used Ice Beam, and that will do 4 times damage. And barely, he's left barely alive. He'll get 30 HP back from his Citrus Berry. And I don't know if that's enough to prevent Lance from using a full Restore, which would also take off the confusion from Outrage. But snapped out of it anyway. Let's see if I can survive the other one. Yep, it wasn't a critical hit. So another Ice Beam will take out Lance. And here we go. That's it. I hate to admit it, but you are a Pokemon Master. And you get 12,000 Pokédollars. I still can't believe my dragons lost to you, Red. You're another Pokemon League champion. Or you would have been, but you have one more challenge left. There is one more trainer to face. His name is Blue. He beat the Elite Four before you. He's the real Pokemon League champion. So once again, Blue is ahead of us, and now, to become the Pokemon League champion, we must face him one last time. So this is the final battle of the main story of the game, and you want to be absolutely certain that you are healed and ready to go. So let's make sure that I'm not stingy with the items, because after this I'll have little use for most of them. Max potion on Jupiter. Max potion on Blue. And, last but not least, max potion on Shiva. Now, like I said, don't be stingy with the items. Feel free to look through your moves and see how many uses you have left. I think 5 will be enough for Thunderbolt. I'll want to give some to Ice Beam and probably some to Psychic as well, but beyond that, I think I'm set for this. So, do I have just a couple regular ethers with me, maybe? Oh yeah, I've got plenty. Actually, if I've got that many, go ahead and I give some back to Thunderbolt too. And Mr. Mime's Psychic. I will once again be leading with Jupiter. And here we go.